Tonight, President Donald Trump has made a major shift in his Greenland storyline. After weeks of leaving the military option open, Trump is now saying he won't use military force to take Greenland. So what changed? And does this signal a real de-escalation or just a new strategy? Let's break it down. Good evening. I'm Jack Reynolds, and this is The Jack Reynolds Show. Trump's push to gain control of Greenland has sparked backlash across Europe, tension inside NATO, and concern about global stability. Now, after speaking at the World Economic Forum in Davos, Trump has taken a major step back from the most extreme option. Here's what it means. In Davos, President Trump again argued that Greenland is essential for global and American security. But this time, he also delivered a clear message. He says he doesn't want to use military power to accomplish that goal. Trump suggested the U.S. could take Greenland through overwhelming strength, but then said he would not do it, adding that force is not on the table and would not be necessary. That's significant because until now, the administration had repeatedly refused to rule out military action. This is an important change for one reason above all. If the U.S. were to use force against Greenland, a territory connected to Denmark, it would raise the previously unthinkable possibility of the United States taking military action against a NATO ally. That kind of scenario doesn't just shake Greenland or Denmark, it shakes the entire Western alliance. So, Trump stepping away from the military option, even verbally, is a major signal of reduced immediate risk. Trump's statement comes intense intense pressure built up quickly on several fronts. First, multiple international leaders publicly pushed back against his threats, warning that the global rules-based order cannot survive if powerful countries treat sovereignty as something negotiable. Second, several Republicans in the U.S. also reportedly expressed concern about the idea of military action, with at least some voices suggesting that crossing that line could trigger serious political consequences. And third, markets reacted sharply during the peak of the tension, signaling that investors were alarmed by the possibility of a deeper clash between the U.S. and Europe. After Trump's announcement, markets recovered, suggesting that even the suggestion of restraint calmed some fears. Now, here's the key point. Even though Trump says military action isn't happening, the overall confrontation is far from over, because Trump's tone remains confrontational. He continued emphasizing America's military strength, and he used language that sounded like pressure, suggesting other countries have two choices: cooperate or face consequences. That kind of messaging may not involve tanks or troops, but it still carries a warning. And even with the military option dialed back, the U.S. still has other tools of leverage. The most obvious one is tariffs, especially after recent threats to impose or expand taxes on imports from European allies. There are also broader pressure points, including NATO commitments, diplomatic support, and global security cooperation. Trump has also signaled frustration with international burdens, repeating themes that America is being taken advantage of, which could shape how aggressively he tries to renegotiate alliances. So, what does Trump's step back really mean? Best case scenario, it's a sign that international pressure worked and the most extreme path has been avoided. But another possibility is that it's a tactical adjustment, removing the most explosive threat while continuing to apply pressure through economic and diplomatic means instead. Either way, this moment matters because it shows something important. When leaders, lawmakers, and allies push back together, even the biggest threats can be slowed down. But the Greenland story isn't finished, not yet. President Trump may have ruled out military force for now, and that's a major development. But the conflict over Greenland, tariffs, and U.S. influence in the Arctic is still unfolding. We'll keep tracking every update. I'm Jack Reynolds, and this is The Jack Reynolds Show. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next report. Good night.